Back on Inside Tennessee, and Susan, you got a quick follow-up with Chair Beeler.
I did. I know Kyle Ward, Commissioner Ward, is the chair of the redistricting plan. You know, I think the public, when you hear the word redistricting, we tend to think of gerrymandering, and it's a bunch of folks in a room without sunshine. But that's not the case in Knox County anymore, because we've been through some serious sunshine law issues in the past 10 or 12 years. Who's on that committee, and is this all going to be planned and decided in public, and does the public have input?
The public absolutely does have input. The committee consists of all 11 commissioners, the 9 district commissioners and the 2 at-large commissioners, plus the director of the election commission and the school board chair. So there are 13 members, and the public absolutely has input. The public is emailing us almost daily. The public is welcome to attend the meetings and speak at public forum. All the meetings are held in public. There have been 6 proposals submitted by members of the committee for a redistricting plan. The committee is going to hash those out and eventually come to a consensus on one of those plans, which we will then recommend to county commission, because commission actually has the final vote, and it has to pass 2 readings because it's part of the ordinance.
Thank you.
John?
So Kristi, we'd be remiss if we didn't touch on the issue of masks in schools. In light of Federal Judge Ronnie Greer's decision, we can debate for hours whether it's judicial overreach or proper interpretation of the law. What I'm curious about is, how do you think the schools adapted, and how successful are we in getting the majority, if not all, of our children to mask while they're in school?
So, yeah, this is a really divisive issue, and you know, it's unfortunate that a lot of this division has now entered the schools. I think we are doing okay. There are some challenges, and I'm going to be completely honest about that. We have challenges with bus drivers, we have challenges with staffing, we have challenges with student compliance, and you know, we're doing the best we can. We're keeping the focus on the students. You know, regardless of where you stand on masks, we have to keep the focus on students and just supporting them in, you know, however they need us to support them.
Well, and a related question that I'm sorry, well, we were talking about off air, what has been the sort of drop off in educational attainment levels that's occurred from over the last 18 months, really, with schools being out, being virtual, now with the distractions, whatever may be happening? Where are we at educationally with our children in terms of benchmarks and things of that nature?
Well, we're struggling. I think we've done a little better than the school districts that went all virtual for the most part of last year. We have some ground to make up across, you know, pretty much all grade bands. I will say, just to give my little shout out to South Knoxville, that South Knoxville High School actually didn't lose any ground last year. They actually gained some ground, so we are celebrating that. But we know that kids need to be in school. I mean, they learn better in school. Virtual is not a good option for most students. You know, and this is going to be a challenge that the next superintendent has to overcome. We have to catch these kids back up.
Chairman Kristi, let's stay on that topic. I know it's something that you have been concerned about for years, and it's a point that you ran on. Let's explore that further. How do you catch up? Because it almost feels like we just need to slog through this school year and hopefully reset in 22-23.
Right. Well, so we have, you know, ESSER funds coming to us, which should hopefully help greatly. We are going to have more tutoring in our schools, hopefully to help, you know, catch students up who have slipped in reading and math, and we can use these funds to help pay for tutoring or to help pay teachers to help catch these kids up on their plan time. So there are resources that we can use, and hopefully that will help catch us up. But I mean, it's going to be a challenge for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers say in 2021, basically 65% of grades 3 through 5 either were on track or had mastered. Only 35% of students in grades 3 through 5 had been on track or mastered. So that means 65% are off track. 65% is a lot to overcome in 1 year. You mentioned teacher pay. What do you think of teacher pay? Is it something that you'll continue to try to move toward increasing given the competitiveness of the districts around us offering sometimes $10,000 more than Knox County?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. We have done well the last 2 budget cycles. We've been able to give our teachers 4% raises. And, you know, not only raises, but you have to also look at benefits for what their insurance or a larger portion of their insurance, and that will be something I will continue to advocate for, because you know we need to, you know, it is an issue when we lose our best teachers to neighboring districts because of pay.
Chair Beeler, we're going to give you the last word on this because you will approve the budget. You can't go line item, but you are the body that approves the Knox County budget. Is there an appetite for larger increases for teachers in pay?
Oh, I think public sentiment. There are 2 groups of people that honestly, I don't know that we can pay them enough, and that's teachers and law enforcement officers. And we lose both to neighboring districts simply because there are entities that are able to pay more because Knox County has a lot of fiscal responsibilities. I think there's always an appetite to give teachers as much as we possibly can, yes.
We are grateful for the time from both of you this morning. Chair Beeler, we're going to have you back to talk about the growth plan update because that's one we didn't get to. More boxes on our checklist. But thank you for the time this morning and have the best Sunday you can after this.
Thank you so much.